Hi everybody, this is Michelle. Finally back getting another dowsing video for you. What I want to do in this dowsing video is finish up with this storyboard. I think you've got the idea, but I just want to go over last few little things with you to make sure that you understand what my storyboard is for me. Being I'm teaching you my way of doing things, the storyboard for me is a very important part of what I do. Okay, so what I want to remind you of is, first off, get or make a chart. I like the circular charts because you could put more in it. And like we were going over before, the chart is round. It has a whole bunch of little sections to it, and it has all of my stuff has been filled in. And then the words that you want to use in the chart is whatever you're looking for. Let it have more than one meaning. Like, for instance, if you get a hit on elemental. Okay, what I'm trying to get you to understand is about the different meanings of each word that you put on your chart. So say elemental, like I was saying, maybe it's an element from the elemental chart of elements. Maybe it's from a fairy world, like I have elementals in other realm. That this is what I could think of, this is what I know of, so that's what I have on mine. Or elements like alchemy, wood, metal, fire, earth, water, air, stuff like that. So each word has a bunch of meanings. And then just over the storyboard chart, dowse over it. I'll use one I got handy here. Dowse over the chart to see what word comes up for you. And this one, just it comes on electrical. And for me, electrical could mean man-made electric, body electric, earth electric, whatever. So just for that example. And then if you get stuck, if you can't, you just ask questions. Is this electrical man-made? You get a yes or no. Is this electrical earth-made? Get a yes or no. Is this electrical within the body? And then you get a yes or no. And if you write down all your yeses. And then if you get stuck again, dowse another word. And this whole process will lead you to where you need to go. So keep asking questions until you get stuck, and then go back to that chart, find another word, and it definitely will lead you to where you need to go. If you use it often enough, if you follow it, follow what you are looking for enough, then you will get correct responses, and it will lead you right to where you need to go. For me, it's a simple process. Some people might not agree with it, but this is how I work. This is what works for me, and I really, really want you to do what works for you. My process may not work for you because it takes a little bit of work, but if you want to work with it, that's good. And I'm glad you're still with me on doing this. So let's see. With that being said, that's pretty much all of the all the storyboard, except this is what happened to me. I was given something to read by a friend, very nice, close friend, and this is now my storyboard. I had to take my old chart, split it in each section in half, and then write it all back in there, and I added a whole bunch of different things that started coming up for me. One of the really interesting ones for me was the, whoops, let's see if this works, if I can get it. The one that says astrology, right there. And that is coming up a lot for me. That showed up for my husband. That showed up for a friend. That's showing up an awful lot for some reason. So what I did for my husband, he has a sore muscle in his thumb, and he's had it, and I never had this on my chart before. I put it on there. I got hit on it. I said, "Is this astrology here in the Milky Way?" And I got a yes. Is this astrology from the stars? No. Is it from the moon? No. Is it from a planet? Yes. So I went through all the planets. I actually printed out pictures of planets. And it came upon Pluto, that there was energy from Pluto in my husband's hand. So I just simply asked to have that energy cleared. I mean, just simple. Dear God, our Father, creator of all, please gather, bind, and disconnect all energies of Pluto within my husband's, I think it was his left thumb muscle, throughout all times, all dimensions, all physical and energetic layers, all spaces and places known and unknown, from now into the future for forever. And the next morning, he woke up and I asked him, "How's your thumb?" He goes, "That doesn't feel so bad." He goes, "What did you do to it?" I said, here we go. It's really weird, but I removed the energies of Pluto within your thumb. He's like, okay. So another thing I did for another person was I went onto the internet. Internet's great for information. And I looked for all of the galaxies. And as you see, my round circle chart is full up. So I started putting them in the four corners, all the galaxies that I could fit onto this page that I knew of, or that I had found on the internet. I didn't know of them before, but found them on the internet in a big list. So I just listed them all here. And this for me, and the word astrology has been coming up a lot. A lot of people are getting hits on faraway galaxies, energies from there, and it's like really, really freaky. So this now is my chart, which has a whole bunch of other things in it than what I had started to show you before. So don't be afraid to write your words in there. You handwrite them in, that means you have a connection to it. If you type it in there on a computer, you'll have to more or less program yourself by touching it a lot, dowsing over it a lot, just so that gets ingrained in your memory. But I find that if you physically write it, it gets ingrained into your memory a lot faster, and it'll go into your dowsing system a lot faster. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, one thing I want to say. From now on, we're done with my basic stuff. What I'm going to show you is what I do and how I do it and my belief behind it. It's not going to resonate with everybody. People are going to have some issues with what I say, but it's just the way I see it and the way I feel it. You may have different ideas, and it's not wrong, because I take criticism with a grain of salt when it comes to dowsing. So what I'd like to tell you, let me switch you around. What I'd like to tell you is, I myself am not a healer. Nope, I do not do that. What I believe I do is I balance the energies that are within the body, and the body knows how to do its thing by itself. So that's what I say that I do. I am an energy balancer. I am not a healer. If your body knows what it wants to do, then you're going to heal. So you're the healer. And why I say I'm an energy balancer is that I believe all things must be balanced. There's a yin and a yang to everything, a beginning and an end. Everything in life balances out. So if you ask for something to be removed, you must add something back in order for something to equalize and balance out. Never just keep removing or add in. Just think, if you keep removing something, it might turn itself inside out. Just think of it that way. If you keep adding things in, too many things might make whatever it is burst. And if you just have to, you know, you remove maybe, say, just for general, remove an ache, add in health, or remove the ache, add in love, remove the ache, add in peace, something like that. Just something that would be nice and balancing for whoever you're working on or yourself. And equalize, try to equalize as much as you can. Make it as equal as possible. Now, some people will remove an emotion. One of the techniques that I use, I've thought about it a lot, ask to remove something. They never say you're balancing it. I believe you have to have all of your emotions. If you don't have all of your emotions, you don't have like a repertoire of your life. In fact, a very close friend of mine had an issue. Someone removed love from her, and she got ill, like physically, like didn't feel good at all. So she didn't know what happened, and finally figured out through her dowsing that she needed to add love back in. So be careful with what you do. It's kind of a warning. If you do something, you have to figure out how to undo it or know how to undo it. So I learned that the hard way a lot of times too. Everybody does it. So just be very, very careful. Remove something, add something back in. It's that simple. And be careful with emotions. Balance them out. I ask for my emotions to be blessed and balanced. I don't ask for them to be removed. I feel if God blesses them, then they are going to become balanced, and it's going to be in the best way possible. So I don't have to do much more on that one. God is going to do the work for me, and his blessing and his balancing for me is more than enough asking. And that's how I do emotions, for one thing. Let's see. So I'm just offering these suggestions to try these things for yourself or your loved ones. I mainly try them on myself whenever I have like an ache or pain or something that just won't go away. I'll work on myself and see if it works. So let's see. I will always teach you what I do. If there's somebody else's technique, I will let you know about that, and I'll let you know how I incorporate it into what I do. But for now, this is going to be a fairly short video. The next one coming out is going to be on chakras, and I think you'll kind of find that a bit interesting. So take care for now, and talk to you later. Bye.